Hey, Turbo was injured, so they definitely were shooters. Can I get a location on that chase? Coca Farm? Copy, David 21 responding. East or west? What's the 20? Location. They both are, but let's do things by the book, boys. Motherfucker. Yeah, fucking Austin Powers to my car. Is Turbo in custody? So they split up. Well, we got their names. One of them's got a warrant. We put a bolo out on those two individuals. They definitely are our shooters from Palmdale because we talked to Turbo at the parking garage, and he was wounded. I got eyes. Stop it. Stop where you're at, Turbo. Taser failed. Reloading. He's down. Lucifer Cobra is in custody at this time. Yeah, he came to PD. We just talked to him at the garage, right? And then someone said I'm walking back to PD and I see the red Corvette pull out with two masked individuals coming out of it, and I hear Krill talking. And I'm like, I just talked to Turbo. He just came over here and picked up Krill. I mean, he keeps coming back to PD. He's asking for it, you know? Like, Jesus Christ, man, you're cop baiting, hanging out in front of PD like, oh, he can't get you. No, you picked up Krill. Don't even fucking lie, Turbo. No, the gig's up, buddy. Yeah, and potentially one of our shooters from Palmdale. If you try to flee again, it's gonna be fail RP. Well, I tased Krill when he was in his car, and I couldn't get him out, and he ran off. Turbo's on the loose again. Fail RP. Get fucked, you piece of shit. Can we get an admin over here? We let him loose so we could search his car. We wanted him to unlock it for us. He got back in the driver's seat and took off after being told that if he were to flee again, it would be fail RP. I got the whole thing captured, so this is gonna get escalated. Unbelievable. I got the whole thing recorded. We even verbally warned him that if he were to flee again, that it would be fail RP. Yeah, but in real life, we would be able to search his vehicle without having to uncuff him. It's gonna delete the inventory. Yeah, but we're trying to use it as evidence. He's suspected of shooting 2 officers in Palmdale. Yeah, we don't have a way to search the vehicle. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. So we told him we were going to search his vehicle and that we were going to need to uncuff him so he could unlock it for us, and that if he fled again, it would be fail RP, and he got in the car anyway and took off. Uh, fucking. Yeah, no, friend's gone in the wind. Krill's in the wind. Krill's back at PD again. Yeah, these guys. All right, so yeah, these guys keep coming back to the PD. Like, this has to be fail RP and cop baiting. They're involved in a shooting in Palmdale. Then they flee. They come to the police department. Like, I think it's a bit ridiculous. They just keep coming back to PD and getting chased and chased and chased, and it's getting out of hand. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. That was a miscommunication. Me and Wafa spotted two individuals in a yellow Sarka fleeing the scene, eastbound from the scene. No, but I spotted the yellow Sarka again at PD, and Krill was driving around in it. He's got an active warrant as well, and I tased him in the vehicle, and he got back up and continued driving because I couldn't remove him from the vehicle. Because I'm just basing it off the fact that Turbo was wounded. They were both seen fleeing. Well, the suspects were seen fleeing in a yellow Sarka, and then I spot Krill. I'm coming in to clock out, and Krill's sitting in the parking lot of PD in a yellow Sarka, wearing the same outfit as the shooters. But he's also got an active warrant, so I told him to get out of the car. He's got an active warrant for an arrest. I told him to get out of the car, put your hands up. He didn't do that. He started moving in the car, so I tased him. I was trying to remove him from the vehicle to put him in cuffs and question him, and he just continued driving because I couldn't get him out of the car. Then someone matching the description. Oh yeah, no. I'm like, for the record, I'm using the yellow Sarka as my evidence. Yeah, no, for sure. I've arrested Turbo twice, and I've arrested Krill at least twice as well. So I would be quite familiar with their voices. But the voices that I was hearing at the shooting, uh, they were very similar to the suspects in question, and they were two masked individuals were seen fleeing the scene in a yellow Sarka. I pull up to PD to go clock out. There's a guy matching the description of one of the shooters that just happens to be Krill, who has an active warrant. I get out of my car and I tell him to get out of the vehicle and put your hands up. You're under arrest. And he doesn't get out of the vehicle, so he's driving around with the doors open. I tased him through the door open that was open, and I'm trying to remove him from the vehicle. He wakes up, drives off again. We're all running around looking for him. Coy was involved in the search for the because he bailed out of the Sarka and fled on foot into the town, right? I think it was McGill found somebody matching the description at the parking garage, and it was Turbo. And I went over there on foot and talked to him, and I asked him, "Hey, were you involved at a shooting in Palmdale?" And he said, "No, he just left the pub, but he was injured." And McGill told him to get his injuries looked at, and I was walking back to PD, and I see the same red Corvette pull into the driveway, another masked individual get into the car, and they drive right past me. And I said, Krill's getting away. He's with Turbo. They're fleeing eastbound. And then this whole chase ensued. The car ended up over there on the hill, and Krill bailed out, ran out on foot, and Turbo was hiding in a bush. Coy found him. He fled back to the vehicle to try to get in it. I tased him. We handcuffed him. Then we removed the handcuffs simply to be able to search the vehicle, and he got back into the car and tried fleeing again. I mean, they keep going back to PD. Like, I don't know how to. Yeah, but it's cop baiting. Like they're in active chase and they keep going back and back and back. I agree with that. I just think it's kind of it's fucked up that they're able to leave an active shooting where two officers were killed and just hang out in front of PD when there's an active warrant for one of them and nobody's arresting them until I show up and have to try to initiate on him. Yes. Yeah, because me and Wafa both spotted them fleeing in the Sarka, and that's the vehicle they were hanging out in front of PD in. So, I recognize Krill. I'm like, okay, let's serve the warrant. Yeah, I agree. Especially if it's these repeat offenders. All right, I gotta clock out, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna go clock out.